Hello there everyone, my name is Pinkshire. Welcome back to another episode of Planet Crafter. Last we left off, we found out we need another fusion... Hold on. We need another fusion core. And I was waxing long, and I felt rather poetic. Maybe not, I could have been entirely unhinged. About... I transitioned from free will and talking about good and evil. Talking a bit about those things and my thoughts regarding them. I think I was going to define good and evil this time. And I like to reduce thoughts down to their base. Not to diminish them, but so that we can work with a common understanding of them. I believe it would be dishonest otherwise. I believe we would end up in confusion if we use different definitions for the same term. So while I'm running back home to go make myself another fusion core, which I should have enough for... I forgot I have a teleporter here. Actually, it makes things way easier. What are you doing here? Why? How did you make it here? How are you alive? I have to ask that question, because it's truly incredulous. This one should be home. This one is not home. This one is home. I wish I could label them. I probably can, I'm just stupid. Ooh. Yes. Sulfur. Enter. Enter. Home. Not ho. Home. Enter. Yes. Okay, cool. Cool. Awesome. It's amazing. Okay. Need to do some... I should drop those in there. I'm gonna actually do some stuff. Let me see what I need for a fusion sale. Let's be honest. Also, okay. Everything else can be dropped. I should grab me couple more of those, and I'll drop you in there, and I'm gonna make me another locker. One of these days I really should just organize. Wrong stuff. There we go. Yoop. 1, 2, 3. Okay. One more osmium, and I get to drop you in there. That teleporter is awesome. Okay, I got it. Now I have to go make my way back there, and then do it all over again. Yeah, sure. I can grab myself another food. 1 to 2 more. Actually, I believe there was an energy production fuse I was able to go grab. So, okay. Let's return to the thought. Good and evil. I do believe that they exist, fundamentally. I'm going to get that kind of taken care of right away. They exist. They exist as a fundamental part of nature. And they do, and I would say that they exist in opposition of each other. But how would you define them? That is the question. I'm going to define them in human terms. Because human terms are what we understand. And I do not believe... How do I say this? I want to correctly convey my point. I do not believe that you can truly ascribe good and evil. Oh, they just kind of materialize then. To neutral events. Things that just happen. And so then you have to define neutral events. Well, what's the best way? I think it was up. Yeah, right there. There we go. Here we go. There we go. Much better. I guess it was a big ship. But doors are still closed. Bah, humbug. Is there more than one? Oh, hello. Door open. Let's see what's in here. How does everyone do accessorize? Okay. So let's explore up here before I move down. I was in here before. But not here. Ooh, vault. Yoink. 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 I don't need that. Yoink. Terra tokens are useful. They let me get stuff. What are you... Maybe for variety later, because I'm not maximizing it. I do like the variety. I could have gotten in there before. It was that. Okay. What? Health pack? Cool. I like that attention to detail there. That's a good attention to detail. Okay, so... No, that's about all the doors that are open here. Let's return to where I came in. Is there anything here? No. Is there anything... Let's check down here. No. So the definition of good and evil. To put it in simple terms, I have explored this question before with friends of mine and on discussions with people to get perspective on it. I do not seek to make a decision without perspective. I desire thought. Not dogma. So, but I would define them as opposite each other. And that I would say for humanity, it is the difference between selfishness and selflessness. In a simple way to put it. Cool. That's all the inventory space I have. Go back this way and do this. Beat out. And I'll further explain it there. And I will also further defend my position that every single person is selfish. And by that same maxim, by that same understanding, every single person is inherently evil. And I'll defend that by saying, what is easy to do? Because what is easy is what comes natural. And I will make the defense that what you may feel naturally inclined to do, it's not what you would have felt naturally inclined to do as a child. It's what you were taught to do. Because you were taught that those impulses were wrong. I'm not looking to get into the nature versus nurture debate, but being taught, being raised in such a way that these things are wrong, will lead you to the path that decides that these things are wrong, that you shouldn't do them, that you will not indulge with them. And through great effort and work, you've been changed. And no one is changed in the same way. There's uniqueness. Pardon me. There's uniqueness in that. I will say that every human's first instinct is to themselves. It is great exception in which people... Oh. I may have puzzled my way to a place. Hold on. Haha! I'm glad I'm looking at the screen this time instead of trying to just talk to you guys. But I'm sorry it's taken so long in that regard anyways. My deepest apologies. It takes effort. Oh, okay. So I had explored here before. Is there nothing else? Did I do all that just to get a couple of doors open? That sucks. I don't like that. Because I'm back here now. So if I turn this way, is there a way to get in there? No, that door's not even open. There's nothing there. That's kind of a cop-out. This place took two. This place took 2 fusion cells. And I get 1 door opening out of it? That's Bologna. Well, 2. This one didn't even have any pulsar. Like, that's not even worth my investment. Because as far as I can tell right now, as far as I'm able right now, those are limited. Ugh. That sucks. Let me take a look up here quickly. The other one only took 1. It had way better stuff in it. This thing is huge. Tell me I can't do nothing with it. I guess I'm flying all over this thing to see if there's another entrance somewhere to allow me access to different stuff. I don't think so, though. They spent the entire time to model this. They didn't expect people to come up here. Because look at that. That's sad. Oh, what is this? Did I get myself stuck in a hole? Probably. Ooh, am I getting another meteor coming in at my location? Multiple. I see a few. Maybe they'll smash a hole in this thing for me so I can get into more nice loot. Yeah. Let me drink water, do that. So I have to find them. Good is that which is selfless. Evil is that which is selfish. And I'm using broad terms. Because when talking in such a broad idea as evil, you cannot simply narrow it down. Let's see what you got for me, eh? Is that ice? Is there still ice that hasn't melted? What? Is there anything behind here? Looks like another uranium cave, but like... I should have that heat, right? And look, water. Huh. That's kind of disappointing. Also weird that there's still ice there. I thought I wasn't getting any more heat. Active lava flow right into tree. T3 ore extractor. I was waiting. I wanted it. Okay, I can make 2 of them. Well, depending on which one I want, then I'll probably do an osmium one then. But tree. Tree grow from lava. I don't think they were paying attention when they did this. I'm gonna give them benefit of the doubt. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, cool. I don't think this is like this last time I was here. That's awesome. I have trees in here now. And this weird kind of misty space. And in there. Liax butterfly. Nice. Cool. Getting all the stuff. Because we made it to 76 GTI. Wow. 16 minutes into the episode. Okay, but I wanted to go over to where the stuff is. So, what's under here? Oh. Where am I? Okay, I'm heading in the wrong way. I know where this is. I have to head this way. I was marveling at it because it's so cool. Oh, cool, more butterflies. So, for those of you who would question that and say that's too broad, well, good and evil are broad categories. They are meant to encompass everything. You can't define them without broad terms. You can define specific kinds of evil with narrow terms. But I would say that every person is inherently evil. Because every person is inherently selfish. Now you may say that puts me on the same level as other people. Like, no, it doesn't. I'm just saying you're evil. I'm not saying how evil you are, or what kind of evil you are, or that I even wouldn't even associate with you. I just put every single human being on the same platform. That's what I did. I like the fact that this area doesn't have a raging sandstorm. But if I look, that place does. This is just a little oasis. Like, I thought all the ice was gone. Or mostly gone. Nanokelvins? 500 nanokelvins? I'll have to check that and see. Cool. I wonder if there's a warden key near here. Because that's the thing I should really be looking for among all this. I gotta go re-explore a bunch of places. It's supposed to be 10 if I remember correctly. I wonder what happened if I tried to build where that key I found was. Just kind of curious. Oh. Oh, it's an endless sandstorm into the great unknown. There's no longer an endless sandstorm here. That's kind of interesting, actually. Wonder why. The last one was kind of near where that guy had it. It's also near a wreck. So there's that. Yeah, no, don't show up. I'm just out exploring. At this point, I'm just kind of exploring for the fun of it. See if there's anything to be seen over here. Go back and see what the distance was. I assume the Tenkis are scattered around the map. Like, maybe there's one here by the monoliths, seeing as they're significant. But nothing really came out of them, right? So maybe it's different now. Okay. Maybe they're tied to the wrecks, where they went down. I'm so curious. Because the other thing that kind of marks the ordnance are these butterflies. I wonder if that's what remains. These are bees, though. Yeah. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I guess I should head back to the car. I'll drive it back and then we will unload and look into building at least one of the tier 3 mine extractors. Pardon me if you heard that. I just burped. So the... Yes. Do not... This is one thing that bugs me about everyone. They assume what you mean according to what will make them most offended. Anyone who claims to have an open mind and does this does not have an open mind. They have prejudice that they seek to confirm. I try not to assume, but man, it's hard. And I know I do sometimes. I have to force myself to say, hey, no, you don't do that. Don't do that. It's stupid. But it's hard. Black butterflies, that's interesting. I'll look at someone and assume something about them, and I'm like, no, that's wrong. You shouldn't. You'll assume things about people based upon the things that they say. That's not any better. When I say that all people are evil, I do not mean all people are Hitler. How far away? So it's kind of sparkly there. Okay. So I have to kind of be looking for it. A little surprised I found this one. Plug. Let's be a little careful about how I'm driving. Because I remember that time I was driving through here and I ramped into the lava. Yes, indeed, I do. Was it here? Was it here exactly? Nope. Guess not. I feel like it was near here, though. Where I was... It might have been this. I feel like it was that bridge there that ended up not existing or whatever. Oh well. And suddenly the trees appeared. Don't think about playing a video game. So. Where was I? I was addressing the concern. The concern is when you say all people are... Ooh, hello. Something here. The current concern is that when you say all people are evil, that you condemn them. That's ultimately what it is. People don't like being condemned. People don't like feeling guilty. People are desperate to believe that they are good. Because if they are good, that means that they are right. If they are right, that means they don't have to feel guilty, and they don't like feeling guilty. And so to that, I would say, why do you want to not feel guilty? Why do you desire to be right? Why do you desire to know that you are good? Well, I think because fundamentally you understand. People understand that there is good and there is evil. And they want to be good. And then it becomes the question of how do you want to define good? Do you want to define good by what makes you feel good? Or do you trust yourself so much to define what is good? Do you think good is subjective? I cannot believe good is subjective. Because if you believe good is subjective, there's no such thing as good. I talked to someone a little while ago who said this. Well, it's a matter of perspective. If a tiger kills and eats a bunny, or let's be something a little more realistic. If a leopard kills and eats antelope, stick with me here. It was bad for the antelope to die, but it's good for the leopard to keep living. So then good is subjective. Well, I don't ascribe good and evil to the animal kingdom. I do not believe that humans are mere animals. To believe that humanity is mere animal excuses everything. If man is just an animal, then Hitler was right. If man is no more than his base instincts, then if man is no more than an animal, then it is the matter of survival of the fittest that matters the most. If man is no more than an animal, anything can be justified so long as you continue living. I do not believe that. Because then why do people try to dress themselves up in morals? If man is nothing more than an animal, then what need has he of morality? Why would he even bring it up to begin with? And this is a separate thing, I saw someone say that it was because... I've not been doing anything, I've been monologuing. I'm sorry. If I go into... here. Grab you. Grab you. Grab you. You. Drop you. So I want that. Titanium. You say. Oh. Boink. What is going on? What are you? I must find out. Why are you blue? Ooh. Ooh. What do you drop? Sulfur. Oh, osmium then, I think. Which I have not much need for, genuinely. Nor for sulfur. Or you dropping cobalt. Nope, you drop osmium. Come on, okay. I kind of thought it was osmium from the blue. But, yeah. Yep. I'm gonna try and get this kind of working here. I have what I need for that. Two, and then... Man, there's just ice remaining. Jeez. Huh. That's interesting. And 3. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go head over to the Super Ally place. Rather quickly. Well, quickly as I can. This will be a bit of a longer episode by a few minutes at least. So, I believe that morality has to have a foundation. And so you start by laying a foundation broadly. What is good, what is evil? Selfish acts are evil. Selfless acts are good. Now, you are fair, you are right, if you want to ask me, well, Pink, don't you have to take care of yourself to be able to do selfless acts? Yes. I do. Don't you have to prioritize yourself from time to time so you don't kill yourself? Yes. You do have to do that. I'm not saying that those acts expressly. I get to select the type of item? That's awesome. Okay, cool. I think I get how this is supposed to work now. Toxic artillery shell packs. Artillery shells. So that's probably from the new DLC. Access cards. Cookie. Birthday cake. Okay, give me Super Ally right there. I can demand, and I can set priorities. Awesome. Awesome. Drop one of those in there and see what happens. Ah. Definitely need that. I wonder what I get option to extract in normal places. Because that's kind of interesting and I want to know. I'll have to go test that over by the cool stuff. I don't have access to that. Did that change anything here? Nope. Okay. Okay, let's run back home. Where was I? Addressing the fact that of taking care of yourself. Is that an inherently selfish act? Is that evil? No, it is not. Again, I use broad terms. And so they're not going to mean exactly that. If you have to take care of yourself, you have to take time to feed yourself. That's not selfish. Oh, but Pink, you'll say, in that time you're feeding yourself, you could have saved people, you could have helped people. I'm like, you also could have died. You'll also be unable to help people if you don't feed yourself. So, in doing that, in taking care of yourself, you are enabling yourself to do more selfless acts. That can be considered selfless. But if you are doing it solely for the intention of sitting around doing nothing because you don't want to help, because you don't think people deserve it, for any number of reasons that you can come up with, then you cross that line. They fly. Cool. Can I just add more? Like, okay. Pulsar cores. I can't. Awesome. That's awesome. I like that. That's amazing. I want to see them come back. Genuinely. I think they clip through objects, but I kind of want to see them come back. Because that's awesome. That's really cool. Oh, I have the option for sulfur all the way through. Okay, cool. Get one of these set up for one of these. Then cool. Nice, 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 nice. Heavy rain. Come on back. It's definitely gonna be a little longer than I wanted it to be. But this is cool. I like doing logistics stuff. One of these days I might play through DSP, but that's kind of a hard game to play through and actually have a time to finish, where it's not going to stretch into just huge hours. Just ungodly amount of time. So, but it looks like this might be a 40-minute episode. You know what? I'm over here. Might as well grab them. But I missed him flying back. Then the rain ceases. I like the ambiance. The ambiance is a good choice. May want to take it out when the desert doesn't have rain, though. They zipped off. Look at them go. Yeah. Oh. Oh. You said to everything. You said to that. Okay. Okay. I wonder if they're a little glitchy. I wouldn't be surprised if they were. I'm not gonna blame the game's fault for being in development. I'm not gonna blame the game for being in development. Right? Maybe one better test with something closer. Oh, I saw a drone. I guess I go check and see if I missed him. If I just missed him, I'm gonna call it here. Hey, look at that. Slow. I can work with that. That's perfectly okay. Now I have drone transport. This is a win. Okay. Thank you guys for listening. Listen to me ramble on and talk. Hope you guys will leave a like. Please subscribe. Leave a comment. I'd love to talk to you. Tell me your thoughts upon what good and evil actually is. Not what it's used for, not what it applies to. Just what it is. And I would appreciate if you use broad terms. Because when you get broad, you build your house upon a broad foundation and you build up. If you build a tower, you don't start at the narrowest part. That's the final piece. Build a tower, you build a strong base, you build a strong foundation. The wider, the better. So tell me what you think good and evil is. Thank you. Have a great day.